My name is Mike Weiss. It's great to be here as an alum of Wasatch Marine Labs, so I have definitely a connection with the CSU system. So I'm going to talk about ocean, or ONR in particular, specifically the ocean studies related programs today. So ONR in general, I think, I'm not sure how familiar folks are with it, but so big picture, S&T provider, science and technology provider for the Navy and for Marine Corps. There's a strategic plan pictured in the top left there, a number of different focus areas, a huge array, massive budgets. Operational environments is where I sit and where the ocean sciences sit. Across the programs, however, across all these focus areas, this is kind of the breakdown of the portfolios. We do basic research for the most part, basic and early applied research. That is long-term in nature. This is a discovery invention here, and broad in focus. So most of what I'll talk about is in that red box, and we're looking at the time frames of 5 to 20 years as far as potential application. There are some leap-ahead innovations, technology, maturation, quick reaction things as well. You can find more details of those on the website. But again, the ocean science focus is primarily in the D&I portfolio. So ONR, we do execute globally in about 70 different countries with the ONR global branch, all 50 states. There's a lot of companies, and ocean sciences in particular, it's mostly universities, however, and a huge support for graduate students along with a lot of that research. And ocean sciences, a lot of connections, particularly globally through ONR Global, the UARCs pictured here, and then also the Navy research labs, like one up in Monterey. So Code 32, kind of military terminology here, battle space environment. It's where we sit. It's basically the ocean sciences. Overall, does everything from anti-submarine warfare, mine countermeasures, but operational environments in the middle there is the division specifically that we're part of, and I think relates most to what this group is interested in. So 322, ocean battle space sensing, the goal is to better understanding of environmental evolution, simulation of data, and the limits of being able to predict or model those environments. A lot of basic research that's been around for years, pushing technology development, and again, a lot of support for students in development. These are the various programs just within this division that are ocean related. I sit in the Marine Mammal program, but we've got PhysOcean, the Arctic program, Ocean Acoustics, and then of course the ARC interface, Marine Meteorology, Mineral Geosciences, and also space. It's worth mentioning too that we do run the NOC program out of our department and also operate the UNOLS research fleet out of Code 32 as well. So drilling down just a little deeper into the programs, I think most relevant probably for this group are these. Marine mammals, our goal here is to discover and understand the effects of sound, specifically sonar, on marine mammals. The Arctic program was one of those things back in 2005. We didn't have an issue in the Arctic. About 2008, we decided that, again, there was global warming, and so we needed a specific program that was spun up for the Arctic. So given the changes up in the Arctic, the goal there is to better understand and predict the environment up there at a variety of spatial and temporal scales. PhysOcean is something that is a global program, a lot of things doing overseas, Western Pacific in particular, but interested in sub-mesoscale ocean processes, air-sea interaction, and a lot of technology developing that next generation of observing technologies. Ocean acoustics too is a big part of the program and ONR in general, and that's looking at the generation, propagation, scattering of both narrowband and broadband acoustic waves, and again, how that varies spatially and temporally in the environment. And that is of global interest as well. So drilling down, I couldn't go into all the programs given the amount of time, but just a couple that I've seen specifically for a few programs. For the Marine Mammal program, we're looking to develop better monitoring capabilities to detect and identify marine mammals in the environment, everything from passive acoustics, the infrared, and developing new capability. Definitely interested in understanding the patterns and causes of variability in the distribution of marine mammals, and if we're affecting animals with sound, how it relates to that kind of baseline. That understanding that characterizing that response too, both behaviorally, physiologically, also looking toward population level effects for that sonar or sound exposure. Arctic global prediction, again, mostly Arctic. Key processes in the physical environment, ice processes in particular. Again, a lot of technology development from sensors, various platforms, navigations, communications in that environment, and developing integrated ocean ice wave atmospheric models to improve our ability to predict the environment in the Arctic. So PhysOcean and the Global Arctic Program are very focused on providing kind of METOC real-time models that Navy uses for navigation and whatnot. Funding opportunities, it's really all across the programs in 322. There's pre-proposals in the springtime. From those, the opportunity there is to interact with program managers, get a sense of what the real interests are. Soft deadlines, again, hopefully open lines of communication. So I really encourage folks to go that route and develop those short pre-proposals, 2 to 3 pages. From there, down select to the full proposals, which then have to be officially submitted for a given fiscal year, usually in the fall time frame. We do both grants and contracts, depends on early kind of basic research versus later applied stuff, the color of money 6.1 through 6.4 there. There are a number of initiatives here that I wanted to mention too that a lot of folks aren't familiar with, and most of them are driven, tie back or driven by specifically the programs, the core programs in 322. So the MURIs, again, we'll spin up a MURI topic specific on ocean acoustics or marine mammals, but that's something that a specific BAA will come out when the topic is developed. DURPs are on an annual basis, and any of the instrumentation, that's large instrumentation that's needed, often again that supports research that's ongoing in the core programs. Then there are the YIPS and P cases. YIPS, we just changed the rules a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be within 5 years of graduation, but 5 years of obtaining a faculty position, you're eligible for the YIPS. And then typically with YIPS up to the P cases. There are a couple other initiatives that you'll see kind of entered about. The last two DRIs, BRCs are developed internally and then can be competed usually through the open BAA, but you might hear those terms bandied about as well. Actually, instead of a blank slide, I didn't even put in a slide for future funding. I think the sentiment is the same, a lot of uncertainty. Talk of DoD increasing budgets, but that's large. DoD, not sure where Navy falls in there. Certainly not sure where the SEC, which is a very small branch within Navy, would fall, and the ocean sciences. So a lot of uncertainty.